you just watch the way Green Bay is getting started here, they're really crisp. There it is. You know, like they do in wrestling. Boom! There it is. Boom! Right there. That's a wham block. There it is. Throw me the money!
Good morning. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. It's time to wake and rake and win together. We don't take no days off. Gambling takes no holiday. There's football games today. We got cricket here. We got Ari here. We got, I believe, Scott Bowser inbound, possibly. I think I woke him up. He's out in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Did the latest. He's always on some degenerate things. How are you guys doing this morning? Ari, I love the fire. I love the tree. Feeling very festive. Are you sad you're gonna have to change that after the holiday season, your background? We're getting used to it.
Oh yeah. I like it. It's really cozy. And I just love like the feeling of the holidays and the lights and the decoration. It's just my favorite thing ever.
It's conducive to winning. I like the we got Santa riding a reindeer here. I'm not sure which of that it is. Probably Vixen, if I had to guess. It doesn't have a red nose. Cricket, how's Tennessee doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm already talking. No, we were talking about that weather a little bit. Y'all ain't even got snow up there, man. We definitely ain't got none down here. It's actually about 60 yesterday down here. I was out there in the shorts, t-shirt, man. It's not too bad this way. So
44 and fog in the Dairyland. This is depressing. And same thing on deck for tomorrow. So I don't know how we're gonna do Christmas. We might push it to February. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be snow for Christmas. I'm not sure we have any snow games. We got a game in Houston, Minnesota indoors, Carolina, Atlanta indoors, Tennessee, probably not. You've confirmed that.
Yeah, no.
Maybe the Jets game, definitely not the Bucks. The Bears playing at home? No, they're farther south than me. Yeah, I don't think we'll see any snow except maybe tonight in the Denver New England game. Denver's a great snow game city.
Yeah, you might get something
other than Lambeau. You want to see Denver get in the snow. That's great. I don't understand these dome people who think that football should be played indoors at all times.
Yeah, I don't get that either, man. How far are y'all from Lambeau?
Like 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay. It's farther north.
Drivable.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it gets cold up that way.
Yeah.
I just watch those games. Just watch those games sometimes. It just looks cold, man. Everybody just sitting around. You just look cold in those games.
Yeah, I went to a game against the Jaguars once with my dad, probably. I don't know. It was a game Robert Ferguson got clotheslined and we thought he died. So it was a while ago, like 98 probably. Okay. And it was 15 below at kickoff. He knocked his beer over and it froze before it rolled down 2 steps. It just sort of froze there like lava turning into rocks. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you pay money to go out there and do that.
My buddies went up to watch up in Cleveland one time. I went to watch the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. My buddy's a big Steelers fan. The other one's a big Browns fan. They went up there and they were like at the bar before the game, and they didn't realize how cold it was to go outside to an NFL game. This is in like December or something. And so they had to pile on a bunch of clothes, buy a bunch of clothes going in. They spent like $300 on clothes just going in the stadium so they could stay warm because the people were like, "Are y'all wearing that?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, bro. I just stayed at the bar."
Yeah. Yeah. And there's always a shirtless guy, no matter how cold. We'll get 1 or 2 shirtless guys up here. Who are just turning purple.
Yeah, then people got to be on drugs, man.
Yeah.
It's the only way I think you could do that.
You got to be a hardy person and not quite right to live up here.
That's right.
We got a rogue cat who may or may not get involved. Anyways, Browns at Texans. Texans getting 3 at home. Total is 40. Who's the quarterback for this game, Cricket?
Case Keenum's going to go. Case Keenum's going to get his second start in a row there. Went up to the Titans last week. Want to find him a big win, that division game, a game they had to have. But, yeah, they're going with the veteran guy again, C.J. Stroud out because of the concussion stuff. I don't know. I think if they would have lost to Tennessee last week, I think we might have found a way to put C.J. Stroud in this game right here. But they know they don't really have to put all that on him right now. So Case Keenum did well enough last week, but he was not playing the Cleveland Browns defense up in Tennessee last week. This is a much different animal right here. Ari, how you feeling about this? What's Vegas doing on this one right here?
Well, Browns have a hot hand when I'm looking at this game. I mean, the spread originally opened at +4 or even -1.5 on the Texans in some spots. But a lot of money has kind of pushed the spread out on the Texans. So for me, Browns is a play at -2.5. There's a little bit of money behind there. It went from it went from level 3 to level 1 money, but the Browns, Vegas seems to be supporting them here and taking a stand. So I like the Browns today. Absolutely.
Me too. Just based on that defense versus a backup quarterback alone. I'm looking at the because now I'm addicted to the most receiving yards props. We got
you hit one yesterday, man.
Amari Cooper's 40-1 playing indoors against that the Texans defense. I got Cooper or Pittman, maybe. Pittman playing indoors. He's about 30-1.
He's out.
18-1.
Michael Pittman?
Pittman's out.
I thought I saw yesterday. Now, if they've got him listed, some overnight happened, but I'm pretty sure the last thing I saw yesterday, they were saying that him and Zach Moss both were going to be out. Jonathan Taylor's supposed to be back, but we'll get to that game in a little bit.
Yeah. But Amari Cooper, I think with Flacco just dropping back and chucking it, Cooper and Njoku should be enough to win this game.
I love Njoku, man. He's been targeting him like 9-10 times a game. I mean, he's obviously his favorite target right there. The guy's a monster. All right, what are they doing on the total right this thing? It's 40. It's kind of in a weird area for me. Is there any big money coming either way on that?
Yeah, it's interesting, this total. It opened up at 41, 41.5 in a lot of spots. The level 3 significant money started pushing it over, and it went to 42.5 really quickly. But then Vegas dropped the line back to 40, and there's still been a bit of money on the over. It seems like there's a lot of mixed signals going on because Vegas did bring the total up, and then they went and dropped it back to 40. So to me, there's a little bit of a mixed signal here. It's unclear what's really going on. So I would say stay clear from the total here, but the Browns are still the better play.
Yeah,
you need Case Keenum to score some points on this Browns defense to get over, and I think that's what they can't figure out. Speaking of Vegas, our man in the desert, Scott Bowser, joins us. Welcome to Wake and Rake, your debut performance, Christmas Eve. We're just hanging out talking foosball. How you doing?
Oh yeah, morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Okay, I'm using a new mixer thing that I bought, and I was hoping the audio would work first time because I haven't had it work for me like this yet. So, we're in business right now.
That's
going to be a good day.
We are looking. What do you think about this Browns-Texans game, Scott?
Okay. My take usually is defense travels and stays at home. So I've been kind of leaning the Browns here, especially with Stroud's not fully ready to go and everything. I haven't gotten a lot of people asking me about this game this week because I've been getting a ton of questions about people in fantasy playoffs asking me for advice. And my advice has been, for the most part, play touchdowns. Don't play targets. You're in the playoffs. You need high scores. Play for touchdowns, not targets. Guys that are actually going to get it in the end zone. And I don't see a lot of that happening in this Texans playing
the game.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I've been on that one.
I'm putting Browns on the Post-it note as the popular pick on that game. Let's get to something a little more exciting than Browns Texans. Holy shit. I love the giant menu of bets available in 2023. Lions at Vikings. This seems like Vikings getting 3 at home with old Johnny Munt, Jimmy Mann. What the hell's his name? The quarterback back there. 47.5 is the total. The Lions can win the division with this by winning this game. They're laying just 3. I think they're going to run the ball. This might be the most physical we've seen the Lions play this season, which is saying something, and they cover the 3 easily. Am I crazy, Ari?
I'm personally not playing this game because when I look at what Vegas is doing, the movement is just kind of dead on the board right now. So I don't really see anything going on the spread, and I don't really see anything going on the total. So I'm just kind of passing this game, but it is a good time for me to light up and wake and bake and rake a little bit.
Make and rake.
You are correct. We need to get the proper festive background going. There we go. Now, tell us about the products that you're offering in that giant tackle box.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is the Whalers Stash Box. So it's for the band The Whalers. They're iconic reggae band since the 70s. And Yeah, now you hear like the One Love movie is coming out with Marley in it. It was so cool seeing the trailer because he's actually writing down the Whalers in the trailer for the One Love movie coming out. I believe it's coming out on Valentine's Day. So
Nice.
it's so exciting. This is a stash box. There's 3.5 grams, 7 grams, so 8s, quarters, single pre-rolls, duo pre-rolls, and this is
convenient.
going to be like one of the premier products that we're releasing with the Whalers.
And that's
it's
like a half price situation, basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like everything in here, it's like total retail value is like $467, but we're releasing it to stores and also on our website for like individuals if they want to like spice up their home or their party or they're having a get together or something for literally just $199. And it is Delta 8, or we also have just like a regular hemp version too that's not intoxicating. So if you have a drug test, you're not going to fail it with this one. You will.
Beautiful.
So y'all releasing it on Valentine's Day, you said?
Yeah, Valentine's Day is when the One Love movie is coming out, but this is already like part of the Whalers collection. We're just fine tuning the last little bits of the website, and then it'll be up and ready for anyone to go shop.
Well, I've seen the Whalers movie being released on the 14th, and I'm wondering why they didn't release it on February 6th on Bob Marley's birthday.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. But
like, why would we not do that?
One Love and like the love theme of
That's fair.
Valentine's
That's fair.
Day.
I can buy that. Okay.
Yeah, guys. If she doesn't want to go see the Whalers movie with you on Valentine's Day, she is not the right one anyway.
That's right.
I actually have a funny Whalers story of Ziggy Marley when I did stand up.
Love it. Tell it.
I was booked at a club down in Redondo Beach, and I'm getting there, and I noticed there's a huge line to get in, and I'm thinking, whoa, because like the guy that was producing the show that I was on was kind of a big deal back in the 80s, and I was like, okay, well, hey, they might have a crowd here for this. Hey, this could be something special. And then I realized that I was in the basement show. That was for the main show upstairs that had Ziggy Marley and the Whalers in it, and everybody was lined up for that show. That. And then so I walk downstairs, and it's just an angry bachelorette party that's mad that they're not at the Ziggy Marley show upstairs, and a handful of other people. And then it started filling in a little, but it was just kind of like, oh, you walk up thinking it's going to be this amazing packed house, and it's just like, oh.
Wait,
I thought I was going to get.
No. Wait.
I love that. I also wanted to show you, this is going to be like one of the stash bags. So there's going to be like products that you put in here. It's just like
nice,
really fun.
Yeah, you're not like you're not a lame fanny pack dad if you wear that one.
Nope.
Oh no, this is cool, and we're going to have a bunch of different designs. So it's going to be available to everyone really soon. But a lot of the Marleys are still performing with the Whalers. They're traveling all over.
Yeah, I saw them with Rusted Root a few years ago. They're still doing it.
I actually saw Ziggy and them back, I think, 07 or 08 around then. So I got to see them out at the Bill Street Festival out in Memphis.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. And they're still like the premier bands for reggae music. Like they're still the #1 band for reggae. I even saw it on Snapchat, like on the viral sounds. It's still like Marley and the Whalers. I'm like, cool.
See y'all, marijuana makes you be able to perform longer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That music you could play till you're 80, no problem. You're just swaying back and forth.
You just have to avoid getting shot.
Yeah, you gotta watch your areas, that's for sure.
Yeah. Of all people to get shot, how could you be that mad at Bob Marley?
No kidding, man.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I know. It's just peace, love, music, herb.
Yeah,
exactly.
And soccer. And that's it.
Yeah.
All those things.
Yeah. Sports. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect circle.
Exactly. Everything eventually comes back to either sports or music. I'm looking at the carries totals. David Montgomery over under 13.5 carries. I feel like they're just going to pound the ball.
I was thinking of like, got to get a same game parlay together for this game. Because I think this is a fun game to play in something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can get one. I think there's going to be some random anytime touchdowns, one on each side. So if you kind of open yourself up to that, let's go. Let's go down the rabbit hole here, and I think there's some meat on the bone here. I messed up last night because I did one where it was Allen and Gabe Davis and James Cook, and I didn't even do the Josh Allen angle that I normally would have because I've been trying to get just a 2-team same game anytime touchdown parlay lately. Those pay all right, pays so much better than just hitting a game, and I only need 2 plays to happen during the course of a game. And
I like seeing Josh Allen last night making over 1.5 touchdowns. I had that as one of my props yesterday.
Yeah,
I actually had 4 props yesterday that I released in my morning email, which you could get for free just by going to arielcallisto.com and putting your email in the stay in touch box. All 4 of my props yesterday hit. I have 10 more props today, so I'm hoping to just sweep the board, do 14 for 14 this weekend.
Let's go!
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're doing multiple sports. You got sides and totals and props. You got a special kind of brain, Ari.
Yeah, what's the total? What's the total doing on this one, Ari? It's pretty high, 47.5. I've seen it sit there most of the week. Where's all the money coming in? Is it going? I like the over in this thing. I think I'm with Scott right here. I think there's going to be a lot of touchdowns in this thing.
Honestly, there hasn't been any significant money or Vegas moves. It's just kind of sitting dead on the board right now.
I haven't seen it move hardly all week.
All right, here we go. Josh Reynolds, KJ Osborne, both anytime touchdown, 35-1. Let's go.
Oh, that's sneaky right there. I like that. I like that a lot.
Jared Goff loves
him.
Yeah, dude, he does.
They go back to Josh Reynolds alone is 4-1.
Josh
they
Reynolds
go back
is like
to Rams.
He's like the Gabe Davis clone, man. He's able to give you -1 points or like 30.
Yeah, he's a sneaky play in a lot of DFS formats and stuff. Always because if you have that little bit left the budget, he's like the Sun God. Gibbs. Those are going to be the heavily played guys there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm definitely firing on this one right now. That's they're just giving me money.
How y'all feeling about Sam Laporta this week after the big 3 touchdown performance last week? Come out and do it. Have a big day again. I like that guy.
You know what? I'm also going to do a tight end same game parlay here.
Love those.
Where I do a Hawkinson, Laporta, each for a touchdown, and then probably play their all yards maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Because you look at Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins, the top backup quarterback there. I mean, looking for the tight end, those short intermediate routes and things like that. And Hawkinson's a freak.
And you look at when Mullins was in for that run in San Francisco, what George Kittle did during that time. Like he was the number 1 tight end in the league that year.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point, man.
Yep. Hawkinson and Laporta, just those two anytimes is 4-1, 4.5-1.
I like that too.
Yeah. I've been getting really into these kind of ones where it's like I just need like a couple plays to happen. I'm not looking for a series of events like, oh, I need so many catches. Okay, well, I mean those will always be fun. I mean, I'm a degenerate. I'm going to play stuff, but like I'm trying to be more calculated with the same game stuff. Like take a moonshot, but like it's only a couple things that happen. Like anytime, throw an anytime interception into that. Okay, now I have a third play thing, but
a sack, a touchdown, an interception, any of those two together is going to get you some great numbers.
Because once you have 2 with some meat on the bone like that, you can usually throw a third thing in that's kind of chalky and it'll still double up the odds.
Yep. Yeah, find a nice plus 100 in there just to spice it up just enough. Have we exhausted the Minnesota-Detroit game? I feel like, Laporta 2 touchdowns isn't out of the question.
No, that's that. He's clearly the guy in the red zone there right now.
Giants and Packers give up the most touchdowns to tight ends, but I know Minnesota is up there. They don't exactly have the best safety play out there.
Harry the Hitman can't cover the way he used to. He can still lay the thunder, but he's not covering the way he used to. But I actually thought this was one of the funner games on the board this week. Though going in, I'm not gonna lie, man. There's a lot at stake. Detroit hasn't been relevant this late in the season for a while, so I think every Detroit game is gonna be kind of fun from here on out. Like same with Miami. Like it's just kind of okay.
I've been ignoring comments. I'm all over the place this morning, all from Canada. All Ari's fans are here singing the praises of the newsletter that went 4-0 yesterday.
Woo! Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's solid. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. So much information on there, and it's free. So why not sign up?
Hey.
arielcalista.com. Stay in touch box. Add
Love
your
it.
email.
Craig, a fan of the classic Reggie. He likes to pace himself. I can respect that. I mean,
That's
sometimes you don't want to go 0 to orbit in 2.5 seconds. You know,
You gotta be careful how you transition up there, man, for sure.
sometimes we're having a conversation trying to stay with it. We bought aerial canvas products all over Vegas. As the kids say, it smacks.
I love
Slaps.
I
assume
love
it all slaps.
Vegas. My first time I was out in Vegas, I was in Tennessee here. You know, we don't have legal marijuana. And out in Vegas, I'd be out there like smoking and feel so weird just standing on the sidewalks, cop walking by, like looking at you. So I'm like, oh, can we do this, bro?
Oh, I can send this to Tennessee too. This is Delta 8, so I could sell this anywhere in the country.
Oh, see, y'all, you ain't got to worry about having a legal marijuana state. You get
Nope.
that anywhere.
Technically, you could bring that to the work Christmas party.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought it was really interesting seeing how like even these states that are super strict on cannabis, like I was in Georgia recently, and
Oh, they're the worst.
as I was going through the TSA, like at the airport, there was this huge sign for Delta 8, like get your Delta 8 gummies before you go on the plane, get your Delta 8 elixirs and get high before you go on the plane. And it's right next to the TSA. You could literally buy it in the airport. So this is so legal. I mean, but it still works. That's why it's so popular.
Down here in the stupid ass Bible Belt, they do that. They contradict themselves in all kinds of things they do. They'll tell you it's so bad and they'll sell it a corner down the street, man. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yep. Highly hypocritical.
Highly.
Oh yeah. When I was in Nashville, they have big signs for Delta 8 THC all over stores everywhere.
Well, it's funny here in Vegas because most of the casinos really don't care. It's kind of a wink and nod, like, you know, you can't do it at the blackjack table, but you know,
right.
Still, you know, but some of them like now are getting like I don't Circa like searches bags for cannabis, like they don't want to, and it's so stupid because it's like, hey, sorry, this is part of the experience here in town now. It's the shows, it's the food, it's the gambling, it's the drink, and it's the weed. That's now part of it, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, and I mean, I say this as a guy who's a quality control inspector for a cannabis company. So like, I think they need to realize what's going on in this town. I sell a lot of
Look at Cricket's face.
I'm like, what's wrong with the rest?
Real?
What's wrong with the rest of the world?
A lot of weed.
Well, like my friend, we were coming back and she had a bunch of like gummies and stuff. She just decided, I did. We left all ours at Uncle Bob's house. We got plenty when we go back, but she just put them all. That girl should have went to prison. She brought back all kinds of things. I was like, you carried all that in your suitcase? She's like, they didn't even look. I was like, it's looking for you coming in, not going out. I don't know why they wouldn't, but hey, thanks.
Being a pretty girl in America has privileges.
Like only go to the legit dispensaries. Like the places in downtown, I've seen places. I was down there a couple months ago, and I had a buddy that bought like a $50 pre-roll from some like non-licensed place, and it wasn't even real weed. And then I had another buddy who bought these gummies that were supposed to be mushrooms, and I'm like, dude, that's not.
You got to watch it in Vegas, man.
The liquor store is not selling that. Like, if you wanted them, let me know. I know where to get. But like.
Yep, you can't buy drugs in Vegas unless they got a LLC attached to it, man. You got to be careful.
Yeah, no, and I mean it is like legit, like the souvenir, like liquor store type spots in downtown. Like they are legit stores, but like they have these signs. It's like, I mean, it's okay. It's the equivalent of like what your regular everyday liquor store that has the coldest beer in town sign. Not everybody has the coldest beer in town.
Yeah,
and they all have the same sign. So
yeah, I remember I walked in the first time. They asked me. They're like, I just didn't know what to do. I felt so sketchy. You know, there's just weed everywhere. I was like, look, listen, lady. I was like, look, I bought a lot of weed, just never legally. She's like, oh, we got you. Come here. And they start showing me. I was like, just give me the special. I can't look at all these different things. You got too many choices.
This is the only town where you can buy a gun, go to a weed store while you're waiting, and then 2 hours later, after you get your weed, go back and pick up your gun, because that's about how long it takes to clear.
Yeah, you can probably you actually get a prostitute in between that too.
Yeah,
that's Vegas in a nutshell for sure.
Oh man.
And
awesome.
Thank you, Chuck, for pointing out like my Delta 8 brand or Delta 9 brand too, because like I do Delta 9, Delta 8, regular just CBD. flower as well. So, I mean, the weird thing about Las Vegas is even though we have all of these dispensaries, and even though like they're all over town and they're making tons of money, they literally basically said to stores like you can't sell Delta 8, which even though most stores do anyways, but you could sell Delta 9 derived from hemp completely in a clear. Like absolutely you could sell Delta 9 gummies all day just out of regular. My friends over there, they have 16 different stores in Vegas and they sell Delta 9 gummies all day. So the dispensaries try to make Delta 8 illegal because it would work just as good as Delta 9, but they can't make Delta 9 illegal from hemp. So I mean, either way, there's always going to be a loophole, and I mean, I just think cannabis needs to get out there into people's hands, no matter what. You should be spending $50 for a pre-roll. That is just way too much.
That's
a big part of my job is dealing with the state regulations through the CCB and stuff. And I'll say this, like, hopefully none of them are listening right now, but like, they're just a bunch of like failed food inspectors. That's literally all they are. It's people because like. Yeah. When they went and like started the CCB and started regulating this, that's who they went to. They went to like people that were like just inspecting restaurants.
Hey, you kind of know how this works.
Yeah, they have no idea. Like one time they came in and asked if a pre-roll and a joint's the same thing. This is literally the level of knowledge these guys have about the business. But they'll damn sure make everything 6 inches off the floor.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's so important. Yeah. What's up, Andrew?
Welcome.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Bowser?
Morning.
Now it's a party. We're talking a little football. We're talking a little about Ariel's side businesses.
Talking a little bit of cannabis.
It's an open-ended Christmas show. How you doing this morning? You got all your Christmas presents purchased?
Yes, I do, and wrapped.
Oh man, big time!
Oh wow, you're 2 steps ahead of me. Craig, to bring it back to football, has Gibbs, Bijan, and Etienne in for his running backs. I think you're in good shape. I think they used Bijan today, right, Andrew?
Yes.
Maybe.
Finally. Yeah, I think they kind of got to. I like Bijan as a DFS play too. Like I think the value on him is right this week.
Joey Fickle's here. I mean, we got buddy. Look at this.
That's right.
What's up? I just hopped in. I want to say good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, sir. I like that hat, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you've added a certain level of legitimacy to this.
The Christmas show.
I don't know how to make you the biggest.
You guys got all the Christmas trees in the background. Hey, I'm big.
That's right.
That's awesome. You got the American flag, you got the Saints hat on. You're feeling festive. What's your favorite game today? What are you looking at?
I don't know that my favorite game is today. I'm excited for the Ravens 49ers game.
Super Bowl preview, some are saying.
Maybe.
Could be.
We were just about to get into this disgusting Green Bay Packers at Carolina Panthers game. I'm not sure anybody's going to put up any statistics. I'm trying to talk myself into a Tommy Tremble anytime touchdown because we have been weak giving up touchdowns to the tight end. But Hayden Hurst on the IR. Is it possible, Scott, that a guy like Tommy Tremble finds the end zone today? Fellow lover of random touchdowns.
I kind of like that. And if I was already the second you said his name, I'm like, ooh, parlay him with Luke Musgrave. Ooh, that starts getting spicy for a little tight end touchdown.
Little Tucker Kraft.
Oh yeah, Tucker Kraft. I mean, that's a couple fun ways to play it. The thing with Tremble was the guy that we did that round robin with a couple of weeks ago, and if he would have hit, that would have because we already had hit on Mo Alley Cox, man, that would have paid insane. So I think
it was like 83-1, just those two.
Yeah, something like that. So I think he owes us. And so I can co-sign for him.
Anytime I come up with a real true D-Gen angle, I gotta run it by Bowser to see if it'll work. Andrew, is there any startable fantasy assets in this game? Chuba,
yeah. 20, 22, 24 carries over the past 2 weeks, I think. he's not going to get you any touchdowns because the Carolina Panthers are allergic to the end zone. But you know, there's a chance for it. 100 yards, maybe. You can run on this Packers defense. Yep. So I like them. I'm starting not Luke Musgrave. You got me saying Luke Musgrave. Tucker Kraft in a big league, 144 team tournament we do at TSF. And
that is big, man. That's big time.
I'm nervous about my matchup, man.
I got a team in there.
So I was debating as a super flex. I was debating on sitting Kyler Murray for DK Metcalf because I thought Michael Pittman was going to play and I was going to slot him in. So anyway, they ruled him out. So I get to play Kyler and DK, I guess. Nice. Pretty thick league. So it's like 2 or 3 flex and all that. So I did not even draft a tight end. At one point, I had David Njoku on my team. And I hate myself because I don't have him anymore. And I just kind of been flushing through them. And I kind of got a little hot hand with Logan Thomas in the middle of the year. And that didn't pan out anymore. So I'm kind of stuck at tight end right now. Nothing left.
My quarterbacks in that league are decimated. My team has no business in the playoffs, and now I got to roll out Gardner Minshew and Jordan Love in place of Justin Herbert and Anthony Richardson. But hey, just like we drew it up, we got 33 from Puka, so I might advance even though I have no business
being
in the playoffs. Fantasy football is way more luck than anybody wants to admit.
Big, especially this year. What was it? Mason Rudolph was the 58th quarterback to start a game in the NFL this year.
Wow.
There's 32 teams.
For 800 yards.
It was in the 70s.
I think players who have actually thrown a pass is well into the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But that starts. So I was thinking in your best ball drafts next year, taking a backup on a decent offense isn't the dumbest thing to do with your last pick because you never know who's going to get hurt. And that might give you 2 weeks there, 3 weeks there in the end of the season. That could mean a big difference in a playoff run kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a rush attempts ladder here. Chuba Hubbard's total is set at 17.5. I could see him getting 22, 23 carries in this game.
I got my DJ. I figured out my DJ parlay for this one. It's a Bryce Young anytime touchdown, Jordan Love anytime touchdown. Guess what that is?
It's got to be good.
66 to 1.
I'd say it had to be over 50 to 1. That's a good one, man.
Good. You get inside the 5, both are a threat. They're both 30 to 1 for first.
Or you get that damn PI in the end zone. They put it on the 1 yard line. It's tush push automatically these days, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the cool thing to do now. It used to be an automatic running back touchdown, but now they just shove the quarterback in there. Ari, do you have any
younger quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll throw them right into the fire. Get Tank Dell in there blocking for him. That's brilliant offense. Ari, do you have any take on this game? Has anybody put a single dollar on Packers at Panthers?
Well, the spread opened with the Packers -1, -4.5 in some places. It pushed out to -5 on Carolina on level 2 Joe money. And now it's sitting at -4 on level 2 Joe money. I think it's totally dead. The total, it doesn't really seem to be moving anywhere. It opened up at 36.5 in some spots. And, there was a bit of, level 4 money pushing it over, but it's not anything I would play today. And I'm skipping this game.
That is pretty much what I expected you to say. I'm looking at the Packers practice report and I don't see Aaron Jones' name on here. Oh, there he is. Limited practice all week.
I think they took the Q tag off, though. I think he's going to play.
Yep, he does not have a questionable tag. Christian Watson, doubtful with a hamstring. He's not going to play. Devondre Campbell out with a neck. Luke Musgrave on the IR. Damn, I thought he was just a little.
No, I think he was just a little hurt. IR. He's been on the IR.
Damn.
Yeah, he's been down for a while, man. They've had some banged up, nagging injuries all year long.
I think Tucker Kraft is the same guy. That's what I think.
They are like clones of each other, man.
Yeah, they basically haven't missed a beat. All right, that game's gross. Colts at Falcons. I think this could sneakily be your highest scoring game of the day. couple bad offenses, a quarterback at home with absolutely nothing to lose, and Gardner Minshew on the other side. I mean, you would talk about modern day gunslingers. What is this Atlanta pass defense like, Joey?
Well, they're pretty good against the number one with
Terrell.
I mean, they rank high. Let's see, they are.
Because I know the Colts are going to give up the passing yards, but will the Falcons?
The Falcons don't have any receivers today because Alec Pierce. They got Alec Pierce and Josh Downs today.
That's it. Oh, yeah. That's a problem.
I think a sneaky little DFS play, maybe Trey Sermon in this thing. You got Zach Moss out. You got Jonathan Taylor's coming back, but I think he's going to be wind up probably – you're not going to get as much volume as he normally would. They don't want to just rush him back into that thing. I think Trey Sermon looked pretty good last week in the absence of Zach Moss there. He's probably not going to have a lot of guys put him in the lineup. He just could be a sneaky play, up to 2-3% of lineups having him in there. If he winds up having a big day, he could be the difference maker for you.
Yeah, they weren't afraid to give him the ball last week.
No.
And when they brought JT back last time, he only got a few carries in the first game.
I don't like that really too much at all because the pace of play that the Falcons like to do, they methodically hand the ball off to the wrong guy. And take their time snapping the ball every play. There's just not going to be a lot of. I know the Colts play fast, but I don't think they're going to get as many snaps in as they normally do. I think JT is the guy in this play. The Falcons are pretty decent against the running back position, so
yeah, they do have a solid front seven there.
But I mean, if he gets in the end zone one time, I mean, it'll pay off at his DFS price, I guess. So
right,
yeah. They're not even offering rushing props on Trey Sermon.
I'm not seeing a Trey Sermon anytime touchdown for this game. I am seeing Bud Dupree and DeForest Buckner if you want to know how deep it goes.
Oh, man. they don't know. They know Trey Sermon's a winner, man. They know it's a winner.
And yet he's only 16-1 for first touchdown. That's dirty pool, mister.
Yeah.
I do like Alec Pierce. I'm seeing him here listed at plus 280. He's kind of gotten fire the last few weeks. As like the second option in that passing game. If Pittman's not like fully going now, so I'm kind of into Pierce on my DGen. I'm gonna figure out a side for the Falcons now, but I'll get back to you on that one.
What about Mo Alley Cox? Is he for the people with tight end troubles? How are we looking at him? What, he got back-to-back weeks with a touchdown now? Tell me about it, Andrew.
Yep.
I think he's a live play. I think I'd prefer to play him in DFS over regular, but I mean, if you're really stuck, I mean, he's going to see a couple opportunities, and dude's massive, has a horse schlong. So I mean, who doesn't want that in their lineup?
Right?
We call those donkey dicks.
Fantasy jokers here. He says Rake probably going to play, but if he doesn't, should he start Gesicki or Josh Reynolds or Jerome Ford in the flex?
That's Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford, man. Oh my God.
Oh, it's Jerome Ford. Yeah, Jerome Ford has the passing work too. If you need to get him in there, I mean, you really want to start Gesicki? Absolutely not. Josh Reynolds, negative Ghost Rider.
Dude, this is the semifinals. Why is this your options?
Yeah. How do you not have
Josh Reynolds, man? I think that
Jerome Ford's a starting running back. What else do you want?
I want touchdowns, and he's not going to give you any.
You like Josh Reynolds today, though?
I would play Josh Reynolds over Jerome Ford. I think the ceiling's higher, man. Like, I don't like any of these options, man. I guess Jerome Ford's fine.
Yeah.
What he's saying is good luck.
What's on the waiver wire, man? Like, surely there's somebody better than those guys.
Roshan might be out there.
I'm
thinking about starting Roshan this week.
Would you take Dontrarian Wicks over Reynolds or Ford if he was
absolutely? Okay. Even against them. I would go look for Parker Washington on the waiver wire.
Yeah, Parker Washington's legit.
Certainly, man. There's something better out there. There's got to be.
Y'all talk about Dontavian Wicks. Is Jaden Reed playing today?
Jaden Reed's out.
Still questionable.
He is out?
Oh, is he out now?
I think he is. No, wait.
Last time I checked, he was still questionable, but.
Yeah, I saw he had the Q tag. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get in there and suit up or not.
That would suck. I have him one of my best ball mania teams, and I really would like him to play.
Okay, yeah, he's not been ruled out yet.
The $3 million dream lives on.
Yep.
That's right. What is life without dreams?
Not dead yet. I have 9 wins and 6 losses. There you go. That'll get you in.
This game's not even fun for making a DGen anytime touchdown parlay. I gotta say.
No, just bet the unders.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson plays Philly. They give up the most points to the slot wide receiver.
Yep.
I would look for him on the waiver wire above those options as well.
He had a big game a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Man, I have an odd feeling the Eagles are about to make Tommy DeVito their bitch. I don't know why. It just feels like Tommy Cutlets is it. The fun's come to an end with that man.
Yeah, that line keeps creeping up from 10.5 all the way up to almost 2 touchdowns now. Somebody knows something. I think the Eagles about to blow the doors off on that thing.
Yeah, so do I.
Maybe
unless his agent's putting a horse in someone's bed this morning. Yeah, I got to agree with that one.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was a cool story.
It was.
Yeah,
I like DeVito.
Thing.
Go ahead, Ari.
Oh, I like DeVito under 32.5 passing completions. And I also like DeVito under 184.5 passing yards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like those too. Why are those the lines?
Why is it 32? That's crazy.
That's a lot, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they figure they're going to be behind. He's going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Philly, man, Philly is just terrible. And then they lost Slay, so
yeah. I mean, DK torched them, so I think that's kind of a lot of people's like impression of the Philly pass defense right now.
Well, really, when you think about it, DK really didn't do too much till that last drive there. He got targeted a little bit, but I mean, he didn't have any catches really. I think he had 1 catch up to that last drive, and he caught like 4 passes or whatever. Wound up getting over his receiving yards and everything, screwing everybody.
Yeah, he had like over 50 of his 80-some yards on that last drive.
Yeah, he went crazy down the stretch.
That dude's a freak, man.
It's Deep Dynasty. Those were all the options. Yeah, Parker Washington not available. Wandale unavailable.
Yeah, those Deep Dynasty leagues, you got a hard time finding like a backup linebacker and stuff in those.
Yeah, Jerome Ford's probably the safest option, honestly.
I was real happy to get those performances from Gabe Davis and George Pickens on my dynasty team. Now that we're out of the playoffs, it just knocked me further down the draft board. Thanks, boys. Where was that all year? Where was that all year?
Love it when a plan comes together.
Yep. Ari, are people wagering on this Colts Falcons game?
No, the Colts Falcons game is sorry, I kind of skipped ahead to the Eagles.
Yeah, we can do that.
But the Colts Falcons game, it's totally dead. Not a lot of movement going on, so I'm not betting the spread or the total on this game.
And that puts that to bed. Let's jump up to this Giants-Eagles game. Eagles now minus 13.5. Total 43. So they're figuring about a 30 to 13.
Yeah, I was like, what does that tell you? Ari, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there like a certain stipulation on the ATS when it's like under 43.5 or something close to that, when the total and the ATS like don't make sense? Like it feels like they think the Giants are going to score no points in this game for those two lines to make sense with each other, right?
I think this game is actually really interesting. Actually, this is the Eagles are actually my best bet here of the day. It's really interesting. The Eagles started pushing out hard on Giants money. It originally opened at minus 7.5. And the first initial push was hard on Eagles money to minus 10.5. Then it moved on Giants money. Vegas is taking a stand on the Eagles here because Thursday the money is solid back on the Eagles. So the line kept pushing out further. It moved out to minus 11.5, minus 12. Friday, the pro money began showing, and that's also why I like to play this game earlier in the week. I played at minus 10.5, but right now it's sitting at minus 13.5, and it's sitting at minus 13.5 on level 1 pro money. So there's a lot of professionals, a lot of sharps playing this game. My best bet is the Eagles minus 13.5, but the under 43 looks very juicy. It opened at 47. It went to 43.5 on some weird mixed money. Then, it moved to 42.5 on the under with level 2 money. Now it's sitting at 43. So the under 43 is looking pretty juicy in this game. So I like that too, along with my Tommy DeVito props.
Boston Scott. They know what we're up to with the Boston Scott against the
totally.
Giants stuff. Anytime touchdown. I just checked. Boston Scott has 16 carries and 0 touchdowns all season. His anytime touchdown is plus 250.
It's now 250.
600 bet. Yeah.
I see it on plus 300.
Yeah, so it was 320 the other day when I posted it on Twitter, and then Kramer commented and said the night before it was 950. That's how much it's been bought down.
Known Giants killer, Boston Scott.
I was just thinking, so Boston Scott, Bellinger anytime touchdown parlay here, 60-1.
Ooh,
Man.
Interesting.
I don't know who to take on the Giants side, and the Wandale with Ingles.
Hey, good luck to you guys and your bets and all that good stuff. I'm not allowed to do that shit here in Alabama, which sucks. But Merry Christmas to y'all. I'm going to hop off here. I got some things to do. 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Come back. We're here for Start Sit.
Yes, sir. Thanks for stopping by, Joey. Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, brother. Good luck today.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy.
I just typed in on StatMuse Boston Scott versus Giants game log. He has played them 8 times in his career. He has scored in 7 of those games. One game he has 3 touchdowns, but he has scored in the last 2, 4, 5 straight.
The problem is, are they going to give him the ball? Because obviously you said like he has not been touching the ball this year. Are they gonna do it, or are we just gonna all get fooled?
Is it because they're not at like cruising altitude? They're not just rolling along where they could do fun shit. This is just win the game. So I'm not sure.
What if we pivot to Gainwell plus 375?
Ooh, that's
he's at least
he has
gotten
been getting more work.
He looked like he got more volume last week. See, that was the starter coming in before DeAndre Swift really took over. He got banged up and had to go out for a couple weeks. Then DeAndre Swift took over, but he got quite a bit of volume last week, a lot more than he's gotten in recent weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, and so in that, if you're looking for running backs from the Eagles, you're getting a little bit better odds there, and you're getting more carries for sure.
Yeah.
So
yep. Oh, I'm on first touchdown. Yeah, I'm gonna do
what's Goddard's anytime touchdown.
That's a
about
great
time for that too,
because the New York Giants give up 1 touchdowns to the tight end.
Okay, this is all right. Kenneth Gainwell anytime touchdown and Sterling Shepard anytime touchdown. I'm going deep down the bench for this one.
Jesus.
Oh, that is deep down. You went to the water cooler for that one.
85-1n.
Oh, wait! Don't those look so good before kickoff?
Yeah,
all the money that I'm going to win. Next thing I know, at the end of the day, I'm down $10 because I had 10 different same game parlays and none of them worked out.
Well, I feel like
they're 14-1. That's crazy.
See, I feel like the Giants are one of those teams where I do this with. I try and be like kind of conservative with it, and where I should be shooting a Sterling Shepard shot, an Isaiah Hodgins shot, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Jalen Hyatt might not be a bad one to mess with there.
I think doesn't Isaiah Hodgins still lead the Giants as the wide receiver with the most touchdown catches this year?
I think so.
He got 2.
Yeah, he's got plus 1,400. That's not.
He got 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think none of them got many. You talk about Goddard, Andrew. His is plus 145 anytime touchdown today.
Ooh, I got plus 210 on the offshore. Goddard and Wandale Robinson 19-1.
Yeah, that's on DraftKings. They're showing me plus 145. I figured it'd be a little higher than that.
Yeah.
Like Goddard and Wandale. That's interesting.
Could be a sneaky.
I guess Bellinger is 14-1 because the starting tight end.
Goddard plus 280 on FanDuel anytime touchdown.
Oh man, then DraftKings is pulling one over on today right now. 145.
DraftKings is so annoying. I hate when their CEO comes out and says that they want losers to bet on their platform. Like they don't want winners. That's such a bad thing to say.
I'm like, yeah, hey bro, everybody wants that, but you don't go out and tell everyone.
Yeah. That's
horrible. But also, I don't really even support like VSIN which like they get all of their numbers from DraftKings, and I feel like they're purposely like, I mean, they used to post like all of their public betting splits there, but when I compared it with like any other source I was getting the information from on BSIN, it was totally like completely the opposite. So
they're liars.
I mean, I feel like they're trying to create more losers like artificially, but I mean, that's just an opinion. It's just weird when their numbers don't match up with any other numbers, like when you're looking at the public betting splits, and then they start charging people subscriptions for that. So that's all DraftKings. And I don't know. I don't like when companies like post numbers and it's completely different than literally anywhere else.
I'm like, where did you get these from? Did you just pull these out of the air? You got your own algorithm or something? They've been doing this stuff for 400 years, and it's like, how do you just come up with these random numbers?
Yeah, like how's it only on DraftKings that everyone seems to be betting so wildly different than literally all of the other casinos in Las Vegas? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what will drive me crazy on these numbers? When you have a guy like I had a few weeks ago, I had Brandon Cooks over longest reception over 19.5 yards. He catches his first pass of the game for 19 yards and never even smells one longer than that the rest of the day. I'm like, how do you know to set this number at 19.5?
How do you know?
They have good algorithms, that's for sure. They're using AI.
Yeah, so their AI is good stuff.
AI. Yeah, that's why I'm working on a sports betting AI toolkit, so everyone could really use their own AI, and then you're not like facing these sports books with their algorithms and their AI, and they literally have hundreds of people working behind the scenes, hundreds of thousands of people just putting this all together.
I'd love to have me a computer that told me who was going to win all the games. That'd be wonderful.
I'm working on it.
I'm
actually going to be releasing a book on like AI and sports wagering real soon. So,
nice.
Oh,
yeah,
Craig, we will be doing football playoffs too. Fear not. If there's football to be played, we'll be talking about it. Might be an opinion for you, but I have facts on how they misled. Chuck's got the receipts.
Okay, Chuck.
He's got the receipts.
Right. We want to hear about that one day, Chuck. I want to know about that, man.
Chuck has the documents. Commanders at Jets. Andrew.
Sorry.
Commanders getting 3 points. 37 is the total. This is sad. Are you even, as a Commanders fan, are you going to watch this football game?
Of course, I watch every game because I'm doing my own research on Sam Howell, so that when we ultimately decide to pick a quarterback in the draft and let Sam Howell go, then I can go back and have some receipts here as to how good Sam Howell actually is. But yes, I will watch it. Yes, I do hope they get fucking blown out. I want a top 3 pick if at all possible. So we'll see, but I hope they lose.
Bro, you have a lot of painful weekends, don't you? Have to watch those games
always.
Hey, I'm a Buccaneers fan. I've had to watch some ugly ones myself in the past, so I get it.
It hurts.
It does.
Yeah, now I don't know if I'm gonna hold on to Dotson for my dynasty next year. It's
I still would. I mean, Dotson's a good player. We now see that EB wants to spread the ball out more than what I organically thought he was going to, but I still like Dotson.
I think I'm going to try and make a trade. The guy I'm actually going to definitely try and trade is Aaron Jones. If I can get a draft pick for Aaron Jones this offseason, I'm going to count my blessings on that one.
That's
probably
a great
bet, man. He's at the end of the rope. Yeah, he's at the end of the rope.
I would say so.
Garrett Wilson, touchdown. That's all I got. Garrett Wilson, take his overs. This secondary gets burned left and right all the time. Garrett Wilson had a bad game last week. He's going to come back and be better this week. Anytime touchdown, 75 yards, mark it down.
What do you think about Conklin? How you feel about Conklin? He's been one of those.
I got a weird feeling about Conklin today.
Tell us about it.
I like Conklin.
Why you got a weird feeling today? He's been just like kind of middle of the road. He's not like really killing you, but he's not getting you any major. But he'll get you the 6-7 points you need if you got to plug and play him right there. But could he have a big game today?
I think a backup QB might like a big old target like Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. He can catch the ball, man. He can run in space. Guy's a good football player. They just don't get a whole lot of volume there.
Better than he gets credit for, like a Hayden Hurst.
Right. I agree.
Tight ends are so tricky to find. That's why I'm so pissed off that I drafted Kincaid instead of Sam Laporta. I got it wrong again.
Ooh. You drafted who?
Dalton Kincaid.
You didn't totally miss that one, though. He just had the Dawson Knox thing, and now Dawson Knox is obviously getting older too. That's Dalton Kincaid's offense. That's his position in that offense for years to come. I don't think you completely missed that one. He just didn't get the volume Sam Laporta got in his rookie season.
Nah, you'll have that. All right. Let's find a fun football game. What about the Jags and the Bucks?
I like the under. Before we move on, I like the under in this game a lot.
I think you're right.
Oh
yeah. I mean, it's pushing on level 5 money. The under, and Las Vegas is clearly complying. I mean, it opened up at 37.5, 39.5 in some spots. Then it went to 38. Money started showing up on the under. Vegas knocked it down to 37.5. They knocked it down to 37 now. The money is just getting stronger, and Vegas is clearly agreeing with where the money is going here. So I think the money and Vegas are right on the under 37 in this game. And also, I like Trevor under, the New York Jets, Trevor Simon under 209.5 passing and rushing yards.
Oh, they're starting Simeon today, not Boyle. Boy, they're just a couple of bums.
They have a collection of terrible quarterbacks, don't they?
Tim Boyle only got to come along because I guess he's like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers' travel buddy or something.
Yeah. He washes his draws for him or something.
He's the Make-A-Wish quarterback.
They got a few of those.
I'm looking at even.
He won a raffle. He ordered the millionth Jersey Mike sub, so he gets to be a backup quarterback for the Jets.
You want an opportunity to play quarterback for the Jets.
Congratulations. A once in a lifetime opportunity.
I like the I actually like the over in this. I think it's gonna be 27-17. I really the Commanders defense is so bad. I do think the Jets skill position players are gonna feast today.
Really?
Yeah, hey, I was able to get Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown and over 62.5 yards. They didn't have any alt stuff, but over 62, and that was plus 390. There's way worse ways to hit plus 390 there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Love those almost 4-to-1s.
Yeah.
I was looking at alt unders for the first half, but
I hit Florida Atlantic 4-to-1 money line yesterday. I was really proud.
Ooh, on Arizona? That's a good one, bro.
Yeah.
I like
Nola
that.
Moneyline Mac was on that one.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one. I watched the end of that game, actually, man.
I love that FAU.
Yeah, man,
they're always
fun.
Watch, bro. Yeah. I was like, I gotta take because I was taking the points, and I'm just like, you gotta sprinkle the money line. You're gonna be so mad if they pull this out.
Yeah, you're right, man. I was anxious to see if they were gonna be able to come back and actually beat anything this year. I figured a lot of those guys would hit the portal and stuff afterwards. They brought most of those cats back. They're good, bro.
They're good, dude. They're real good.
Yeah,
I think
right there in the conversation.
College basketball, you find more 4-to-1 dogs that win outright in college basketball than anywhere else. I
think college basketball may be the toughest thing to consistently be good at in handicapping.
Yeah,
it is a little difficult. My ROI just dropped below 30%. I'm sitting at 28% ROI in college basketball right now, and it is tougher, trying to keep above the 30% ROI like I've been able to do in baseball and football consistently now for
especially
2 years.
Before Christmas. Because before Christmas, college basketball seems so weird. You got so many guys that aren't playing the first half of the season. So it's just weird, man. You got to get that thing figured out. It's a lot easier once you get into conference play after the first of the year.
Yeah, I always say January conference play is when you should really kind of start trying to dial it in. It's kind of just have fun with it before, but don't pound it too hard.
Well, you got so many games there at neutral sites and different things that you don't even know. Half the time, these little holiday tournaments and stuff, you don't know where they're playing the game half the time. You start the conference play, when you get into that, the home court advantage really does go to another level.
Yeah. I mean, it's been interesting because sometimes you have to find even the smaller games in college basketball, teams that aren't so big. Sometimes you could find really good plays in there, like I did with Fairfield last week on my TikTok. That was a good move.
James Madison's been kind of a solid team early on in this thing, man.
I always especially tournament time. I always like to look for the teams, especially now with the transfer portal. Do they have seniors that have been together for a couple of years?
Right.
Because that goes so far in the tournament.
In basketball, especially, man. You got some seniors out there that have been through the ringer and they kind of know what's going on, learn how to deal with some adversity. Seniors matter so much in college basketball.
Yeah. That can offset a lot of talent on the other side.
Absolutely.
For sure. Oh, I'm still on this Washington Jets game. Let's talk
Get away
about
from
your Bucks down there in Jacksonville, Florida. Are they taking or this game's in Tampa? Are they taking a bus from Jacksonville to Tampa? Do they all just travel in their own cars? Do they take a puddle jumper? Like, how does
Just
this
walk
work?
over.
They're riding in their team logo Jaguars.
I hope they take one of those like fan boats, the big like swamp fan boats.
Yeah, well, the Everglades boats. Yeah, just cruise.
Yeah, Crocodile Dundee style, just roll straight
Yeah,
through
they probably do have like some back tunnels. To the
Oh,
Everglades.
that's Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I heard they're getting a breeding population of Nile crocodiles in the Everglades, so watch out on the fan boats.
Jesus.
Everything in the Everglades eats you, man.
To go with the
Everything
pythons,
Everglades.
great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My ass stays out of the Everglades.
This is
I am
Bucks
obsessed with
plus
the
one at
python
home. Has it
problem
always
in the
been one?
What'd you say, Scott? I want to hear that
What?
comment. What'd you
I'm
say?
obsessed with the python problem in the Everglades. Like,
Oh my
It's
God.
kind
I've
of
been
ridiculous,
following
ain't it?
this for years.
It's
It's
crazy.
insane.
Have you
There's
watched
a
the
new-
Swamp People? Like the other
Of
Swamp People
course
where they
I
go catch
have.
the serpent? He said, I knew you had, man, when I said that right there. That's a stupid question. That shit doesn't
Isn't there a
jump-
new like anaconda python hybrid going on down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's-
snakes that will eat your cows.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't make any sense, man. Stay out of the Everglades. Shit will eat you.
I've seen
The
videos
Everglades
of snakes with
kind
like
of-
12-foot gators in their belly. Like it's
Yeah. If you can eat a 12-foot gator, I don't want no part of you.
Oh, you're out there
I
eating
got
the
the-
things I'm afraid of?
I got the only anaconda I want to see.
Get him, Andrew.
No,
And it
the
doesn't go
like
on any Everglades.
now Swamp People Serpent is great, but I mean the real stuff is those like Twitter and like Instagram, like the random videos that like the most redneck like snake hunters out there.
Oh, yeah, the
posting.
copycats.
Well, the funny
Oh,
thing
I
is,
love
like,
watching those videos.
Oh, they're the best. There's I can't, you know, one thing I heard of was like they're having such a problem with these pythons, and they're sending all these hunters out there with these incentives, and they weren't catching many. And then like two dudes from India that like track king cobras there showed up with like a couple of sticks and set the record for like most catches in like 2 weeks.
A couple of
They
sticks.
yeah, they just like went in with like sticks and like a pocket knife, and they just dominate the competition.
Absolutely not. I don't go into the kitchen like that, man. Absolutely not. No, you'll see these guys, they'll jump off their little dune buggies or whatever right there, run into some brush with like a little pond under there. There ain't no telling what's hiding there. These guys are like sticking their hands under, grabbing a 5-foot snake, pulling it out. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I need
These
like
people
at least a
catch
sawed-off
catfish with their
shotgun.
hands.
No,
I need a sawed-off shotgun to blow that thing's head off the second it gets near me. Like,
absolutely. I shot it with a 30-06.
yeah.
I don't mess with that stuff, man.
Oh, Patriot 416.5 is in the Rumble chat, of course.
Good morning,
Sorry, I
sir.
neglected you. Loki's over there too. Sick
morning,
sweater,
sir.
Cricket.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Did we talk about the Lions
Very
Vikings
impressive.
yet, by the way?
We did,
Yeah,
but you
we
can
can
tell
go
us your
back.
take, man. We talked about it, but you
No.
go ahead.
I was just going to comment that Jared Goff is my most exposed quarterback in the remaining Best Ball Mania drafts I have. So I'll be a big Jared Goff fan today. So how do we feel about Jared Goff? I mean, it's in a dome, right?
playing
So it's not
inside.
outside.
No,
Yeah,
it's at home.
you gotta like it.
Yeah.
They can clinch the Lions can clinch their first division title in 30 years today. So they got a lot to play for right there. Vikings trying to hang on in that thing, but the Lions crept down a little bit. I saw it had gone down to 2.5 a little bit ago, but I think Jared Goff's going to have a big day. And I think that little extra factor of being able to clinch that first division title in 3 decades, I mean, that's got to be a lot of motivation right there.
I mean, I don't expect him to throw 5 touchdowns again, but is 3
No, I wouldn't.
possible? Is 3 possible? I'll take 3.
I think so.
I think 3's possible. I think they're going to score points in that thing. Total sitting at 47.5. It's up there. So I think they're going to score some points. So I think 3 is definitely reasonable.
Well, and especially since teams now have to respect their run game a lot more than they
Yeah.
did earlier in the season. And I think that's going to open up a lot of downfield stuff for them. So, yeah, I don't hate it at all.
You got worse places,
Sure.
people you could have in that spot.
Especially at this point
Yeah.
in the season, like we're talking about how many quarterbacks have gone. Like, if you have him at this point in the season, you're looking good with
Yeah, he's gold at this point.
You know? He should be a top 4 QB this week. I definitely feel that.
I think so too.
And Montgomery carries are only 13.5. Gibbs carries are only set at 9.5. So I think the powers that be think he's going to throw the ball a little bit.
Yep. You got
I'm sure you have Jerome Ford on those teams. So
I do have some Jerome Ford, had some Puka. Yeah, I mean, the wide variety of guys in there. But, Stafford's went, had a good game. Carr's went, had a good game. Allen's went, had a good game. Like, I need Goff to keep pace with those guys so I don't get left behind in the QB rooms here.
Boy, I had the little Puka Stafford stack in my semifinal match the other night. We love
music
that.
To my ears.
That's right.
So in my FFPC Dynasty, it's the final 4 now. It's a 2-week thing. And so I had my Diggs Allen stack go last night, and then I kind of was like, but I'm like, okay, well, I got another week of it. So
yeah, you got a shot. You still got a chip in the chair.
And I did have Kyron Williams go Thursday, so that was
oh, that's a good one. That guy's a freak, man. He's playing well.
Yep.
Just looking at the Lions game again, I'm starting to see that a lot of pros are starting to go over on this game. So the over is becoming better looking as we speak right now.
They've been watching.
I take 70+ points.
70 plus? Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, everybody score.
I'm manifesting it.
I like it. I like it.
So touchdowns.
Yeah,
sounds
that'd be
like
wonderful.
Time.
Yeah, fine by me.
Just ladder the total touchdowns in the game. Can you do that?
5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, you can do exact touch. Oh no, because it's exact touchdown, so you'd only hit one of them, not a crescendo of bets. Cricket, your Bucks are getting 1 point at home, 43.5. That's the kind of total you put on a game that you don't know what the hell to do with. Was it always 1 all week? That looks like a new number to me.
It's gone. No, it was. It actually. To start out with, I mean, I seen it at Jacksonville -0.5 right off the rip. Then it shot up to -3 because Trevor Lawrence went in, put himself in concussion protocol. The only other player to do that this year was Brock Purdy, and he actually played that week. Looks like Trevor Lawrence is going to play now. So that line's gone back down to -1. Is Trevor Lawrence 100% healthy? Probably not. The Bucks at home it's a big game. You got to have the win to stay up there atop the division because the Falcons. A lot of people are looking like they're thinking the Falcons are going to win that game. I don't understand it, but the money's telling me that the people are on the Falcons today in that one. So you need to get that win. The Saints already lost this week. It's a big game for the Bucks right here. They have if you can't get up for this one, you can't get up for it. So Baker had a great game last week. The only thing that scares me, it's hard to see that guy come out and do it 2 weeks in a row. But the line right here is funny. I think I'm just probably I think I'm on the over in this game. I think we're going to see some points right here. 2 defenses that have struggled of late a little bit. I just don't know that I'm going to touch a side in this thing because the line's done too much. Too many questions about Trevor Lawrence. It's probably going to wind up being a stay away from me.
It could be another big game for your boy Rachaad White.
Yeah, he had a big one last week, man.
Torched the Packers last week.
Yeah,
he's the most expensive running back on DraftKings today, which is crazy to me.
That is crazy. They're starting to get him involved in that passing game some too, though. Before, the running game was really bad. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry early on in this campaign, but they've started getting more involved in the passing game. Baker's looking a little bit better. You got the weapons on the outside and Godwin and Evans. K. Otton's even caught a couple balls the last few weeks. For some of you people with real tight end struggles out there, I wouldn't get too invested in that. But yeah, they're coming along right there. But Rachaad White has played much better, but because he's getting the volume now.
Yep. Yeah, he's just getting what's blocked, right, Andrew? Sean Tucker could do this if they just gave him a chance.
They won't let him.
He could. I do like Sean Tucker for Dynasty for sure.
Rachaad White at plus 380 for first TD. That's pretty chalky. So I mean, yeah,
that's Christian McCaffrey numbers.
Yeah.
First TD.
What's Evan Ingram in that game
for first TD?
Yeah,
plus 900. Yeah, I was just.
I don't hate that.
I like Evan Ingram. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah. I was also looking at K. Otton plus 1400 if you wanted to make it.
I think it might be a good spot for a little tight end parlay. Evan Ingram, K. Otton anytime. You might get a little juicy.
That was like on that. Plus 1100, I believe that's what that was.
Okay. Is that it?
That's I thought that'd be closer to 40 to 1.
Yeah, say shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, it's a winner.
It was plus 1200. Yeah.
God dang.
Yeah, see, that
was the first thing I was going to put in on that, and then I was I was hoping to get like plus 4,500 on.
I love that we talked about how much we like the 4 to 1s, and now we're sitting here like turning our nose up at a 12 to 1. You're like, what do you mean you're not getting much better odds on that?
I think my favorite bet in this game is both teams over 19.5 points plus 150. That should be minus 110.
I think this is your spot, bro.
Just because you said that, I'm putting it in because why would I thumb my nose at 12-1.
Absolutely. You can't do it. Can't do it. Eric
No.
loves those both teams over 19.5. That's his jam, man.
The gambling gods will smite you if you talk shit about a 12.
And they are
13 to
spiteful
1.
bastards.
Yeah, you gotta just.
I heard the one guy who said no to the chop in the circuit contest was then eliminated last week with the Titans.
Karma.
Oh my god.
That's how much of a heart. That's how much of a heart and compassion gambling has.
You know, when everybody else is in on that, you just got to take the money.
Absolutely, dude. You don't want to be that one guy because every time you're going to be the guy that gets eliminated next.
Yes.
And they were each going to get $400K and then play the rest of the string out for the last $4 million. That seems like a great deal to me.
How do you not take that? It's like the last guy at the poker table with 4 of you left. You want to chop the pool up? They're like, nope. Well, you bust out the next hand, bro. Sit down.
You just hit a season-long 400 to 1, and you're not going to take that?
Yeah.
The Titans were a huge disappointment last week. I think like all of the Vegas books were disappointed.
Oh
yeah. You essentially just hit a 15-leg parlay, and you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Like,
let it ride.
It's all good.
You know,
I don't need 400.
If I gave you a 400 to 1 future at the beginning of the season, and then you were just like, actually, you know what? I don't want it.
Yeah, it's absurd.
If you like when you enter that contest, you're like, all right, bro, you're gonna make 400K on this thing at the end of the season. You're gonna be like, shit. No, take it and go put a down payment on a house, bro, a big house.
Yeah.
Oh man, not very holly jolly over there.
No. So you could have had a good Christmas.
I'm buying a new house. I'm buying. I'm upgrading my watch collection. There's a lot I'm doing with that.
Everybody
gets watch collection.
Everybody gets Roblox for Christmas, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
So you're a watch guy and a charcuterie board guy. You're very civilized, Bowser.
You know, yeah, it's a whole thing over here. You know, you gotta. Well, you know, now I've become a big cocktail guy. I realized I had my first beer in like 4 months yesterday because I built the home cocktail bar. And I just drink like Manhattans and martinis and like old fashions and stuff all the time now. So,
wow, that's fancy. I like it.
Yeah. No, it's.
I just got my little mini bottles of Tito's making my mules over here. But, it's about as fancy as I'm getting.
Well, see, you know, it only cost me about, I don't know, with the bottles and everything, it was like less than $600. And the bar with
you know how much beer that can buy me.
Yeah, but I bought an ice machine. I mean, like I really went all out on it. Like, so.
Nice. Fuck yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
you really embody Las Vegas, I think.
Well, I realized like I like all the perks of it, but I really don't like going out much. I'm at that point in my life. I just want to go home and like. So I just got a 65-inch TV. I got like the dartboard in there. Like my living room is basically a sports, like a little sports pub now, kind of. So
nice.
Perfect.
Solid.
Wow.
That's how Vegas locals
it.
prefer to live. It seems like.
Yeah.
I
noticed. I was had to take the trash out at night the other night, and I noticed one of my neighbors also has a bar neon sign up in their place, like I do, and I was like, "Oh, we should become friends. Like we have similar neon signs at our home bars."
I feel like we have a lot of common interests.
Yeah, like we clearly have similar tastes. Like
Cardinals at Bears. Cardinals getting 4 points in Chicago. Total just 43. This is
the money line.
This is the job interview bowl. Both of these quarterbacks probably playing for their next job because both of these teams are probably going to have a draft pick good enough to replace them. Who knows where they're going to play otherwise. This might be Bowser. This might be a quarterback rushing yards parlay we put together.
Ooh, I like that. Just so you take the alt ones, that could be fun. Sometimes these cowards don't want to give us that though. I do like. I believe that Arizona, the Cardinals, aren't they originally from Chicago, and then they moved to St. Louis and then Arizona?
They are, bro. I did an old school test the other day. That
this is a very. This is like old school Sox versus Cubs.
Oh,
the gridiron version. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
Love the history. Love the history lesson.
I do like the Cardinals on the money line. I think the Cardinals win this game. I like the Bears. Their defense playing much better, and I like Justin Fields. But I don't know. Something tells me the Cardinals are going to pull this one out.
It's kind of a weird game like they did to the Steelers a couple weeks ago when they were getting 5.5 in Pittsburgh and just going there and whip their ass.
Yeah, as a Steeler fan, I kind of saw that one coming, just because I was so invested in Trey McBride, and I was like,
I wish y'all had told me it was coming. I drink that Kool-Aid.
I actually held him. I drafted him in my dynasty last year for his rookie year. That first year didn't do much, but I held him the whole way, and I am being rewarded heavily this year.
Yeah.
And I also have Isaiah Likely and TJ Hawkinson in a double flex tight end premium format. So in these finals here, I'm starting all three, and let's just go, baby.
I love Isaiah Likely. I like Isaiah Likely a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he's really more of a big receiver, I think, than a tight end. But right now, I'm getting tight end premium scoring points for him in the FFPC. So,
he's a little bit smaller guy than Mark Andrews, but you get the tight end bulk. But he can make some more plays in space than Mark Andrews can play. You can run a little different plays in the offense with some screens and stuff like that to really get him out in space.
That big touchdown he had a couple of weeks ago, or like that. I mean, Mark Andrews isn't making that play.
No, it's not his skill set. But if you now like when you get Mark Andrews back, you can work both these guys in the lineup and really have a different dynamic.
Yeah, because he can be really that versatile do it all tight end. I've been really into teams possibly getting more into the Magic 3. Have you ever heard that formation, the idea of just running it as an offense, a base offense for 3 tight ends, 1 receiver, single running back. But one of the tight ends is kind of like your H-back, fullback type. One's almost an inline blocker / big target, and the other is that hybrid wide receiver that can line up wide and do it all. So you can go into the spread at any given moment, but you can also you're in a straight power at any time.
And you create
go no huddle with that. Yeah,
you create mismatches all over the field with those guys. So you get a couple stud tight ends. I think Green Bay's a team with Tucker Kraft, and when Luke Musgrave gets healthy, a team that can look at something like that.
Yeah, especially too when you have versatile wide receivers that can now run the ball and do different things, like how San Francisco does it, and you get a versatile running back who can also catch pass. Now you're looking you're playing positionless football, but you're always having a mismatch somewhere on the field.
It literally extends that playbook so much more and gives the offensive coordinator so many more options to be able to really create those mismatches because you have so many different looks you can throw at them.
Yeah, and I really think that could be the future. As much as people think guys are getting smaller and faster, I think we could be getting bigger and
bigger and faster.
Them. Yeah, bigger and fast.
No, see DK Metcalf.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they grew that guy in a tube on Planet Nike. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, him and AJ Brown.
Absolutely.
They were made in the same lab.
They eat children and small farm animals for breakfast.
Well, I mean, George Pickens, if you have him as that one rogue wide receiver that's out there wide, and you're just taking shots when you can go max protection with extra tight end,
if you put George Pickens with a real quarterback, he's the best receiver in the league.
Oh yeah.
He's at least in the conversation.
He's definitely I'd like to see a little bit more separation on some of his routes, but I mean, when you can just beat people at the point like that, it's.
I think that guy just hates Pittsburgh. I hate to say it, but I feel like he looks so sad all the time.
Okay, Kyler Murray alt rushing yards. All right, over 50 plus 235.
Yep, I just clicked that and I parlayed it with Justin Fields 80 yards.
Got him 80 yards rushing.
Deonta Foreman's
I'm actually going to do Justin Fields 100 yards rushing plus 410.
They're going to run for days in this one today.
Just because I'm a complete
He's
maniac.
The second. Fields is the second favorite to have the most rushing yards in the afternoon games, just below Rachaad White.
Yeah, so I'm going 20 plus 2100. Fields over 100, and then Kyler over 50.
You like Dante Foreman today too, Eric?
He's out.
Oh, he's out.
Roshan, baby. That's right.
I'm thinking about starting Roshan now.
I'm not drinking that Roshan Kool-Aid anymore this year. You're not getting me again this year, you motherfuckers. It's not happening.
This is Andrew's fault. I started out as a Khalil Herbert guy, and he turned me into a Roshan guy.
Ooh, I love Roshan. He's the best fucking running back they have. It's whatever.
I can't do it. Scott, who do you think's having a big game today?
I kind of like Darnell Mooney in that one.
Oh,
just because he dropped that Hail Mary
right.
That he could have caught.
Oh my God!
Last week, and that's my angle on him.
Yeah, it landed right in his lap.
Yeah, and so they're going to try and build back his confidence, get him involved early. I can see him having a game.
I'm pretty sure the front office called down the sideline before that play and was like, if any of y'all catch this, you're cut. Period. You don't even get to ride the bus back. Bye. That's the only reason I could see he dropped that ball, because it landed right in his lap.
I mean, it was just gifted to him.
Yeah, they're like, here's a win.
It happened
All you
so
have to do is
fast
lay
it
here.
bounced off him, but you could tell the still shots were going to be real bad.
And then he decided to hacky sack it back up to the other guy for the pick.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing, bro?
I haven't
if you
seen
would've
that
told-
since Aaron Rodgers kicked the ball up to that Cardinals linebacker and lost that playoff game in Arizona.
That was crazy. that one was crazy, though.
That was a rough one.
Funny the way the football bounces sometimes.
I'm seeing James Conner alt rushing yards here over 75 at plus 220. I don't hate that.
What have the Bears been doing against the run? Andrew, how they're pretty solid, ain't they?
Yeah, I mean they've gotten better throughout the year. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I still think that I still think Kyler Murray's going to get his, but I would probably not play James Conner, and I'd rather play the passing attack in this game.
Any money coming on this thing? I feel like this is a game that probably doesn't have a whole lot of money in Vegas bet on it right now.
No, you're right. There's not a lot of money, not a lot of movement. This game, I'm just passing on it. Everything's kind of dead on the board right now in terms of what Vegas is doing versus like what the money is doing.
Bears since week 6 allowing 3.4 yards per rush attempt, third best. Wow,
Solid.
Crazy. Yeah, I
If
guess
you do Roshan plus 200 for a touchdown, for the alt touchdown on here. Mooney plus 265. I don't hate throwing either of those guys in to spice up a thing.
How does Mooney not get a redemption touchdown?
Who's that?
How does Mooney not get a redemption touchdown?
Yeah, right.
Feels like one of those. There's the grudge match. There's the grudge match guy.
There's the grudge match angle. Yeah. See, no, it's okay. I gotta build something around a Mooney.
You talked him into it.
I was like, I'm not gonna do anymore. I think I've got enough of these in.
Mooney is the base of your structure.
It's probably so good that Chris can't be here this morning. He would have 47 different same game parlays in with all the angles covered.
He might still be cleaning up the Christmas tree ordeal of 2023. I think he said, I gotta find the text about it. I know the cat climbed into the tree.
The dog chased the basset hound, chased it into the tree, pulled the tree down, broke all kind of. He was on the show yesterday morning, had to stay. He's like, guys, I got a deal going upstairs. And he had
I saw that. What?
Yeah.
The cat climbed into the tree.
One of the cats climbed into the tree, and the basset hound chased the cat, pulled the tree down. The cat went running, broke a bunch of glasses and stuff that were sitting up. And the kids and the wife and everybody slept all through it. He said his wife woke up as he was sweeping up the last of the glass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
that must have been a scene in the living room. He said, well, I mean, the cats freaked out, jumped on the table, knocked all the plants over, ran all the way down the kitchen counter and broke 4 plates and 5 glasses. So, yeah. Not just a Christmas tree.
That's some Griswold stuff right there, man.
Squirrel. That's some Griswold squirrel shit right there. Yeah.
That would happen to Chris.
Right, I got it here. The Mooney revenge touchdown. And then both quarterbacks throw an interception.
That seems very likely.
That seems very likely.
Okay, plus 1,400.
Beautiful.
We're not snubbing. We ain't snubbing our nose at that one.
No, we're not. No, that's.
I love rooting for picks.
Yeah. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite because, like, sometimes I'll be watching a game and I'll have one of these parlays and all I need is left is the pick. And when that happens, the joy I experience on an interception, and my girlfriend can't understand it at first. She's like, I know this, you had something on that. What was it? And I have to explain, like, well, okay, I already got the touchdown there, the over 35 yards here, and now I got the pick. And
this has been a 3-hour epic journey, babe.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand what I've been
through. Have you ever seen The Never-Ending Story? Okay, it's similar to that.
The worst part is when you bet them under their interceptions, like I did Josh Allen a few weeks ago when everybody was piling on over, and the only pick he throws is like a stupid, pointless Hail Mary before halftime.
Oh, yeah. And
it's like, that's what he's overall. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
we can't have nice things.
Yeah, it's too good. It's like really putting together the proper like multi-game, like say like super parlay on a Sunday with all these props. It's really like the 5-hour cut of Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in America. It's just art that needs to be appreciated properly.
You just sit back on the couch smiling. You're like, I know everything about football.
And sometimes it takes Martin Scorsese to work with the family to restore the final version, but you're gonna get it.
I like make it consumable.
Hey, I'm gonna pop off. So appreciate you guys having me on as always, and hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We got one game left, boys and girls. The best one: Dallas Cowboys at Miami Dolphins.
Did we skip the Bucks? Or maybe I was out of the room for that.
Wait, tell us what you think.
I think we probably got way off topic when we were talking about the Bucks into some crazy.
Yeah, we really got into the snake talk on that one.
That's true. I mean,
we got into Everglades.
Go ahead.
It was really more about the Florida ecosystem and can a Buccaneer take a Jaguar in hand-to-hand combat? That's really what we should be looking at.
That's a Mike Leach approach to this, yeah.
Right, the Everglades. I actually like Tampa +1 as an underdog.
Let's go.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I mean, I think Vegas is preferring the Bucks, based on a concussion protocol versus a perfect passer rating. I mean, I made an early play on the Bucks -1, and the game moved out to -3 on week Joe money. It flipped back to the Jags -1 by Vegas, and on a news, Trevor Lawrence cleared concussion protocol. But the question is he going to come back 100% after a concussion? I've talked to NFL players that I've met, and even after they're given an okay, like sometimes they're going out on the field and the grass is still looking blue.
Yeah, you're still foggy. Yeah, those concussions are hard. You got to give yourself time to get over those things, man, because your brain is one of the most sensitive muscles in your body.
Exactly, and concussions suck. So, I mean, I'm still leaning towards Tampa in this game.
Y'all should also know, anytime I don't like the Bucks, I'm a Bucks fan, so if I do like them, they're losing. So the fact that I don't really want to take them today, y'all should feel really good about the Buccaneers.
Yep, I think these are two teams going in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The Jacksonville Bucks defense is really kind of like tightening up and playing when they need to. The Jacksonville defense this year, they seem like one of the most high variance defenses where they'll look like the 85 Bears on a series. And then the next series, just give up like a 3-play, 75-yard drive.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I watching with these guys? And so
I think the defensive coordinator is taking a potty break or something in some of those series.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because like some teams you see it game to game, and maybe it's just a matchup thing. But with the Jags, it's literally drive to drive. You do not know which unit's showing up.
Yeah, they look like the best offense in the world all at the same time.
On that alone, give me a hot Baker Mayfield against that team.
Yeah. I like Baker Mayfield over 20 and a half completions today.
That's great right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Which receiver's having a big game, y'all think?
And I mean, I'm hoping because I already went 4 for 4 yesterday. I want to make it 14 for 14 this weekend, even though typically I hit 75% to 80% on all my props across the board this weekend. I just want to go 14 for 14 because I started off so strong yesterday, 100%.
Yeah. Let's get 100. You can't win them all if you don't win the first ones.
Won the first 4. Let's keep the roll going.
I like it.
We're on TSF too. All right. Yeah, Chris set it up. Best producer in the league. So I just invited people.
That's right.
Not Godwin. He says. Yeah, I think Evans.
Godwin had a big game last week, finally.
Yeah. I had Godwin in both like the FFPC main event and the Fantasy Pros contest this year. That he disappointed me so much. It was like he does just enough to not bench him, but he wasn't giving those pop weeks this year. And
the week you expect him to not go off, he has you 150 and 2 tutties or something.
Yep. Segi, I put him on the bench. He had like a 25-point game. It was
as is tradition. I know that movie.
Oh man.
Chuck Bass says, which will be higher, Rachaad White touchdowns or Des Bryant apology tweets? What did I miss about Des Bryant? What did he do?
I don't even know that. I don't even know. I just assume Dez is one of those that tends to pop off the mouth from time to time. So,
yeah, he usually does have a lot to say. Maybe he agrees with me that Rachaad White only gets what's blocked, and any running back that you plug into that position could get the exact same numbers. I don't know. Maybe he knows ball as well as I do. It's possible. He did play at a professional level.
That helps.
Yeah. I think Browns and Bucks seem like two of our favorites today.
Looks that way. What about this Cowboys game? We got to talk about this one, man.
What about it? Longest touchdown over 39.5 yards is only -115. I mean, just about every skill player in this game could score a 40-yard touchdown.
At least,
Now like Dolphins laying one at home, total 48.5. Ari, are we going over? Is this going to be a fun game?
This is going to be an under. The total, I mean, it opened up some spots. The local headlines at 48.5 or 52.5. I mean, it started off at 51 and started pushing under on level 2 money. Then it moved to 50 on level 3 money, 49.5 on level 2 money, 48.5 on level 2 money. I think that Vegas is pushing the line down clearly. They like the under. The sharp money is pushing the under, and Vegas is clearly backing the sharp money in this position. So I'm playing the under 48 here.
Is this Tyreek Hill health related, do you think? Because the Dolphins look so completely different without him.
They're bad.
It could be, but I liked playing with the Bucks, and to me, the Bucks are saying, this is going under in this game. Absolutely.
Going down.
Yeah, you make it a 48.5. Your average football fan looks at that and says, well, there's going to be 50 points in this game, and then just hammers that over 48.
Yeah, they don't pay any attention to the fact that it was sitting above 50, and now it's come all the way down to that. And you think you're sitting in that golden zone right there between 46 and 49, and it's not. It's
not. I mean, Vegas sportsbooks, they have the AI, they have the knowledge, they have the insights, and I mean, if they're pushing the number down, to me, with all of the pro players, to me, this says the pro move is the under here.
One thing, my book's telling me one thing here, that Tyreek is looking good here. Because they have his 2 touchdown prop here at plus 480.
And they're trying to get 2,000. What do you got to have? 150-ish or so the last 3 games. And he can still get it without an asterisk because he missed that one game. He can still get it in 16 games. The whole team wants that 2,000 yards receiving. I think they're going to try to feed him today.
Yeah, I think doing a big Tyreek, this kind of gets weird with the reverse correlation, because that's sometimes how you really
get the odds up. Yeah,
and really crank it. But if you do like Tyreek, 2+ touchdowns at plus 480, and then pop that with the under.
Ooh,
I love those.
That's surgical.
Yeah, and then we also get into his yards and catches there, or just his yards, really, the alt yards.
What does that
I think that could be okay. Let's
I gotta know.
I really need to get a lab coat for my work and then keep it in here for when I do mad scientist.
Get some beakers sitting back
behind.
Yeah. I really need to get the chemistry set and all that.
Yes.
Okay. Let me first fire in that under. Because this is something I really love doing. It's such a degen move. But
my guy Will has got me turned on to that, man. He does a lot of those where you wind up piling on some overs and then take the under in the game. It really jumps those odds up there.
It really does, yeah. Because you're playing with fire on that. But how often do we see something like that where a guy stands out in a low scoring game?
Oh, bro, we had back in one of the Raiders games, we had Jacoby Myers' first touchdown score, but took him under his receiving yards, and it bumped it up to plus 2,800 or something. He got the first touchdown and then caught 3 passes right before halftime and got over by a yard. Didn't catch another pass. I love this country.
Also, I kind of like doing it. I'll do that where I pick him, do all that, and then pick Dallas to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Pick you gotta have all the stats and the other team win.
Yeah. Because that's always it does. And how many times have we seen it this year in Dallas's losses where CeeDee Lamb's gone off the hook?
Yeah. They're there. You just got to find the gems, man. If you can ever find it on a guy that's not a top player, you find one of those under the radar guys and then take the other team to win and get him over on all his props, you'll wind up getting plus 10,000 or something.
No, they're on to me on this one. They're saying it's ineligible. I'm just gonna.
It's the winner. You can't have it.
That's when I know I'm on to something.
I feel like every time we put one in like that, where they're like, "Nope, you owe us at least a free bet."
Yep. Yeah, just for solving the puzzle.
Yep.
Tyreek 150 and 2 with the unders 31-1. Just Tyreek 150 and 2 touchdowns is 950. So yeah, triples it.
Yeah, I think Tyreek's having a big day today. As long as he can stay healthy. The only thing you got to worry about with that ankle being there, he could get rolled up on in the first drive or something, not play another play. But I don't think they'd put him back out there. They obviously got everything to play for right here. They know they need to win. They don't want that last Week 18 game against Buffalo coming down to it where they got to win the division there.
Yeah.
So they got everything to play for. They wouldn't put him out there if he wasn't healthy.
I think the league is going to have their thumb on the scale for Dallas too, because they want that Buffalo-Miami game to be for the division next week.
I mean, weirdly, this could be a Super Bowl preview.
Could be.
You know, like
it's not outside of the realm.
It's not. Yeah, this is in the range of possibilities. So I mean,
everybody's that would happen. Everybody's talking about San Francisco, Baltimore, and the real Super Bowl preview was right in front of our faces the whole time.
And you look at both these teams have struggled against good teams. You got Dallas's struggles on the road right there. Miami, when they got a physical secondary that really hits them in the mouth, they've had tough games in those spots this year. Those are the games they've lost. So, you know, everything kind of lines up to where both teams could have a problem in this one, and they both need to win in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm really liking the under more and more here. Just thinking that because this could end up getting ugly.
It's gonna be a physical game, I think.
And you know what I'm kind of leaning towards? I'm in the FFPC toilet bowl, not to brag right now, but I did switch out. I did put Jason Sanders in at kicker this week, and I feel like now that's starting to kicking props could get real interesting here because I think points might be at a premium. Both coaches understand what the other guy can do, and so you're going to have this kind of. I can see both of them trying to milk their possession time. Is what really like.
Yeah,
you want to leave that other offense off the field as much as possible, and the way you do that is controlling the ball. Like
right. Establish a line of scrimmage, be able to run the football, shorten that thing up right there, sustain some drives, keep your defense off the field, and keep them fresh. I think you're right. I think that's the angle both teams are going to be looking to make today.
Joey's dropping all kinds of factoids in here about unders.
And so what we could do
of 50 go under.
That's crazy.
Miami is known to have two running backs go off.
Oh,
so what if we combine Mostert and A-Chain in some props?
And both of them had a Q tag earlier in the week, but I mean, everybody thought they were going to play. No reason to think they're sitting out. They're both going to go. But I like that. I could see both guys right there getting a tutty.
We saw that in their 70-point performance against Denver, but
golly, the Water Boy scored in that one.
Where they both scored like 40 fantasy points.
Yeah. I had both. Like I had one of them on the bench, had one in the lineup, one on the bench, and I was like, God, I could have beat them with just these two guys.
Yeah.
You get 100 points out of two guys, you did something.
Yeah. Yeah, then you're cooking with Briscoe.
That's right.
We saw last week with James Cook, you can run on these Cowboys. So
I think that really might be a good way. And also it keeps them from they can use Tyreek sparingly there. They don't have to rely on him as much if they're trying to control on the ground like that. You figure Dallas is going to have made some adjustments after last week, because James Cook literally looked like Walter Payton on them last week.
Yeah.
It was good to finally see. The Bills been killing that guy. I'm glad they finally freed James Cook and let him play a little, because it makes that offense so much better. But he ran through him like butter last week.
Okay. Tyreek, over 89.5 yards. Oh, they won't let me do it. And 2 touchdowns. They won't let me do
These bastards. All right.
Sometimes
we got about
I'm sorry, Eric. Sometimes they won't let you combine anytime touchdown with 2+ touchdowns. They feel like you're kind of, obviously, if he's getting 2+, he's getting the anytime too. So sometimes they won't let you do that if you got that.
No, I just have the 2+. They're
used to be able to parlay first touchdown and 2 touchdowns.
They wouldn't even let you do that anymore.
No.
Well, you know what I kind of want to. They used to be able to do the first and last touchdown.
No, you can. Those are fun.
You still do that? Okay, yeah.
Those are fun. You get good odds on that stuff. My buddy had one a couple weeks ago. He didn't get the last one, but I think he had Laporta first touchdown, and then like Marvin Mims last touchdown in that Broncos Lions game. It was like $5 to win 1,100 or something.
Okay, you'll remember this as a Tampa fan. A couple of years ago, I had one of those reverse teasers where you had like
pleaser.
Yeah, the pleaser.
Yeah.
So it was when Tampa had Jameis, and that was the last leg I needed to hit it, and it was going to pay huge, but it was that day where they had the lightning delay.
Oh,
I had to sit there through like a 3-hour lightning delay.
Oh my God! I would have been nervous.
And they hit it, and they were up, but it was like only like so many minutes left, and I'm like, during that time, I thought of every possible thing, like, okay, they would have to basically like block a punt, do this, do that, and I'm like
me on a football.
Oh no, God, it's gonna happen, is it? And I just start talking myself into. There's no way this is gonna hit.
Did it hit? Did it hit for you?
It did hit. Yeah.
No, you sound like me on the football boards, but I'm like, okay, I need 2 safeties, an extra point without a touchdown, and
I know it was one of those ones that was like I put $10 on it and paid like $390 back.
You love those.
Like,
those are gold, man.
Yes, Gunny, that is the idea. We're big on double entendres here. Oh, geez, 9:48.
Hey, it is wake and bake.
That's right. We're funny people around here, man.
Yeah,
we got 12 minutes till the sit show starts. So, Ari, give us some of your favorite props. Let's go 14 for 14 this week.
Let's go 14 for 14 because I already went 4 for 4 yesterday. So, my props. Let me get all of my props up. Okay, 10 props today. Starting with the Raiders versus the Chiefs. I like Hunter Renfrow, under 2.5 receptions. Bailey Zappi, under 185.5 passing yards. And under 187.5 passing and rushing yards.
Nice. Yeah, might as well take both.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's 3 props, 1 game. Moving on to the Commanders versus Jets. I like Trevor Siemian, under 209.5 passing and rushing yards. And the Giants versus Eagles game. You guys already know that Eagles is my best bet of the day. I like DeVito, under 32.5 passing completions. And I also like DeVito, under 184.5 passing yards. I also like DeAndre Swift, over 13.5 receiving yards and over 14.5 rushing attempts. In the Ravens versus Niners game, I like Brock Purdy, under 31.5 passing attempts. And in the Jags
running game.
Yeah, I know this one is a little more controversial, but I think, under 31.5 passing attempts in this game is going to be interesting. Let's see how I do. 4 for 4 yesterday, so starting the games off right feels good. Let's keep the roll going.
Exactly.
Moving on to the Jags versus the Bucks. I like Baker Mayfield, over 20.5 completions.
Ooh,
and if you would like access to all of these props every week, sign up for my free daily emails on my website, www.arielcalista.com. Add your emails to the Stay in Touch box. I have all the early line movements. I analyze it, break it down, show what Vegas is doing, what the pros are doing, what the Joes are doing. And it's free every day. Plus also a new picture of me, which is fun. And lots of information. I put my props in there too. So chock full of information, and it's absolutely free. So go to my website and sign up today.
I keep getting this email. It keeps winning, and she keeps not charging me for it. It's crazy.
Thanks for signing up. I appreciate it. And anytime you ever have questions, feel free to just write me, send me a message. I'm always looking and responding.
Cricket, tell the people where they can find you at sportspicks.locals.cricket.winners.com.
You can follow me on Twitter at cricket1414 or find me over at sportspicks.locals.com. We have the great Robert Barnes making the official picks. He is now 10-0 on his big 5% plays this year. Got a few of those lined up for the college football playoff. You come over and check us out, sportspicks.locals.com, where we turn the odds in your favor. Also, if you have not signed up for Underdog Fantasy yet, get over there for the easiest way to play fantasy football. Sign up, use the promo code RUMBLE. You get a 100% sign-up bonus on your first deposit. Come check it out, man.
Boom.
Great. Oh, cool, could you also put up the could you put up the little tag underneath the screen?
Oh boy.
I don't know if the audience could see that.
I can make you the biggest.
Say you're asking a lot.
Oh, and then I take this down. Comments. Hang on, we're gonna get there. Boom.
There we go.
Perfect.
Boom. Got it.
There you go. Now you have my website and my TikTok where I post my plays every day before the game.
Yep. And I put 2 L's in Callista. It still got me there. So you don't have to worry about being able to spell things correctly. Bowser, where are you at? What you up to on the internet these days? Thanks for joining us. Open invite, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Scott_Bowser, and then bringing back my podcast after upgrading the studio here. I'm sorry, but there's still some like skateboards and just random boxes behind me, and
you got.
I'm getting it cleaned up though. But yeah, my show, The Luck Stops Here, will be back next month. I got a fun digital horse race stream from Photo Finish Live. I just bought a full on there, and it's kind of like way more like realistic thoroughbred racing, where I have to wait 2 months until it's a 2-year-old in the game to actually race
digital horse racing.
I'm very deep into digital. I actually own a piece now of the Golden Empire Casino racetrack. So, nice. But yeah, no, that it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're doing like kind of like a Friday night cocktail hour live stream for racing, and it's not just that. I have a dog racing game. There's other stuff that's going on, so a lot of fun there. So check that out. So yeah, just follow me on Twitter at Scott_Bowser, and all that stuff will be coming out.
Beautiful. Thanks to Joey and everybody else hanging out. Have Merry Christmas. You know, drive careful. Don't drink too much. All that stuff. The thing you really want to say to your aunt, don't say it. And we'll see you right back here next week.